Okay, good morning, friends. We're continuing in Mishnah Berura, Daf Hashavua. We're learning Siman Pei. We're up to Mishnah Berura, Sivkatan Yud Daled. The Mechaber said that you cannot be mahar b'divrei Torah in a beis hakisei or in a beis hamerchatz or in a makam tinoifais. We still would like to try to understand why to remove hirhurei aver from your mind. You're allowed to be mahar b'divrei Torah, because you're allowed to be mafresh someone from an isser, even b'lashon hakodesh, even in yanei kodesh. Says the Mishnah Berura, kodesh dahainu loy mar loy. That is to say, afilu b'lashon hayra asur lasos kain. You're not allowed to do this. Ve'ein tzarich ledaktik v'loy mar al tesakach. You don't have to be careful. Don't do this. You're allowed to say it's usher to do this, b'li lashon hara, without a lashon of instruction. V'yesh machmirin v'soivrim the usher lo lashon hara. Some are machmir and they hold you're not allowed to say it in a lashon of psak. Dezehu Torah. Psak is Torah. K'goynim roya be'er pesach shemagachin achar chatzos yomer ein magachin. Say we don't shave. The lashon say in a lashon hara. Afagav de mamela nishma de aser, avolo yomer aser legaleach. So aser legaleach is a hayras psak. That's like a din Torah. You're not allowed to say a din Torah. You're allowed to say we don't shave. Why? Maybe it's hygienic. Maybe Fauci came up with a law that you're not allowed to shave on Chalamayid. You never know. You know, maybe it spreads COVID, just like. When you eat, COVID, right? You're allowed to take off your mask when you eat, because COVID doesn't spread then. But otherwise, you have to make sure to be 6 feet away, right? It's a chayk. So too, maybe ein megalchin is a chayk. But when you say asur, that's midin Torah. V'nirali dim ein devarav nishman bekitzer. What if they don't know what you're talking about? Ein megalchin. He says, why? Right? Obviously not my children, but I heard that their children, when you tell them something, they say, why? Why? But why? You know, there are people like that. But why? So, let's say you have to explain to them. You could tell them, sir, look in the Reishis Chachma. If you violate this, you're going to go into the third Madura of Gehenim Shal Eish v'Shal Sheleg. You could explain that you're Chayiv Malchus, and if Bezin warns you, they do 2/3 on the front and 1/3 on the back. You could go through the whole sugya. So the question is, but why? Why are you allowed to do that? Yeah, why are you allowed to say divrei Torah lahafresh me'isr? You're allowed to you're allowed to sin to save your friend from an avera? Isn't there a sugya in Shabbos that maybe you're only allowed to do a chet kal to save you? This is not a chet kal. To say divrei Torah is an isser kares. How could you violate an isser kares to be mafresh your friend from isser? So yesterday we sent out the suggestion that the isser is only if. Why are you now to say divrei Torah in a bathroom? Because it's a bizayon to the Dvar Hashem. But here you're doing it to be mechaved the Dvar Hashem. I'm not boror on this. I'm just suggesting that we think about why is there a heter to be mafresh somebody from an isser. Okay. Kasav Magen Avram b'Shem Haran. Afilu b'loy afrushe me'usura shari lo melchaver aseli kach v'kach. Even if you're not being mafresh from isur, you're allowed to say to your friend, do this and this. Afilu imamela have a hayra. Even if mamela, you could infer a hayra. Shabazem mayra loy shumuter lasis kain. Because with this you're paskening that it's mutter to do this. Kivan she'enoi oimrim b'lashon hayra, since you're not saying it in a lashon of hayra. Yesterday, somebody showed me a sign in a bathroom. If you throw tissue or wipes down the beis hakisei, you're going to break it, and it's gezel. Are you allowed to have that in a bathroom? It's gezel. L'chayra, that's not just ein megalchen. it's even more than asr legaleach. You're saying what the isser is. Let's say like this. If you tell somebody, what? You just knocked me like a car. It's gazela. Are you paskening a halacha? Or are you telling someone you're stealing from me? You're not saying it's stealing because you're trying to say an isser Torah. You're saying you're stealing from me. You're a robber. There's not a religious thing. You can't do that. You're a robber. You're stealing. When you tell
the person who sees the sign,
yeah,
is going to start flaring. I have to face her. Why did get though? Maybe throw it with a deacon. Which isn't the Torah, is it? Or six though? You know?
He's going to go through the sugya of Garmi and Grama, Machlekes Rashi and the Ramban.
Yeah.
I think Gezel just means, you're damaging, you're taking away from my property. Okay. Vaitun Rama uvemakoim shemutar lahar b'divrei Torah mutar lufsek din. In a place that you're allowed to think and learning, you could just say a psak din uvavad shelo yomer tamay shel davar, as long as you don't give the reason. Rashi says Mishna v'makom shemutar kagoin b'baisem soy shel merchatz. Let's say the middle room of the bathhouse where you're allowed to be maharher, you're allowed to paskin v'chanal. Let's say you yourself are not completely clean. I always wondered about this. Let's say you scratch your head, or you touch your upper arm. So you're not allowed to say divrei kedusha, but apparently you're allowed to be maharher in learning. You are? What about to answer amen after a bracha that you heard when your hands are not clean? The Chazon says it's mutter. But to hear a bracha that you're chayiv midin shomea ka'ina, the Mishnah says if you're araim, you cannot utilize shomea ka'ina since you yourself cannot be mavarech. Now, this is only if you touch your upper arm, because the imyadav ishar becomes a guvim metunafis mamish. If your hands are mamish filthy with soya mamish, afila hira asr, even thinking is asr. If you're mesupik, whether your hands are dirty, the bir halacha is mitzadeh that you can make al. But l'chadchila it's asr. Livsoik din, paskening dahavik kamay hirar. That's interesting. Paskening a din is like thinking. Because to say mutter, asr is not Torah, it's the thought behind it is Torah. So then that's only here. Shemachashiv atam b'libay. Va'ayin la'el siman mem zayin sif daled b'mishnah berura ubeir halacha. Okay, Rabbi Isai, we're going to hold it here. So we're one day ahead. Next week we miss 2 days, but we could do Friday. So by the end of next week, we will still be up to date. But we're going to have to do Erev Yom Tif. Okay? Have a great Shabbos, everyone. Kol Tov.